Whew. Getting ready to go to Kentucky, hunt some velvet deer. So it's about 10:30-ish in the morning. I'm going to meet Caleb Germay. He's probably about 2.5 hours from Indianapolis right now. I'm out in the backyard making sure I've got everything tuned. So this is what I'm looking at. Good shot at 20. I'll take that. We got the big buck out here at about 35 yards here. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's gonna work for what we're looking for. And then out here to 40, I think about 42 is where this one sits. I'll probably take that too at 40 yards. I don't know if I'll shoot a deer at 40, but that's pretty. So I'm getting geeked up. I gotta go back in there and pack. I'm pumped. It's gonna be a great trip. Let's see what we can get into. Had to stop and pick up some supplies. Needed some buns and tings. Caleb is about 45 minutes, probably now an hour in front of me, and I'm gonna get there before me. We're gonna go scout tonight. Hopefully get our eyes on a big buck. Move in maybe tomorrow, watch them again. Move in on, I think Friday season opens, whack them. Stack them, come home, dude. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. I don't know why everybody calls this hunting thing hard. Absolutely gorgeous views out here. We're getting her. We are getting her, man. 15 minutes, we're gonna be there. I'll go scout some out. I cannot believe how much corn is out here. There's so much corn. There's definitely enough spot for these deer to hide. So corn, we got a little bit of beans. I haven't seen a ton of beans, but a little bit. But just acres and acres and acres of land. So definitely going to be deer here. There are definitely going to be deer here. Just gotta find them. Be there in a couple minutes. All right, we just got here. This is our Airbnb. Deer back there in the backfield. Hopefully that's a good omen for us.
Dude, you haven't even been here in an hour.
I know. Pretty awesome. I got high hopes for this weekend.
I'm ready for it, man.
After we arrived in Kentucky, it was time to do some light scouting. So we hopped in the truck, saw some great views. Found a pretty cool spot back in here by the Weston Cemetery. Looks like there's public land. Check this out. So maybe check out some ghosts while we're here. Interesting. Had to climb a pretty steep hill to get here, so definitely be checking out this area. After we found the cemetery, we decided to go and check out some other areas. We located a little bit of a lookout, and man, the view and the sunset from here was absolutely amazing. Really raised our hope for this trip. We would end up back here hunting later in the trip, but you'll see that in the video.
What a view. Video does not do this view justice.
I almost want to come back here tomorrow just to watch the sun go down.
Yeah, no kidding.
Scouted some pretty good spots. Now it's time to eat some steaks. Get some sleep. Wake up tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Thursday. We're gonna go scout some of the spots that we just kind of got eyes on tonight. Till tomorrow. That doesn't show any wind on there, does it?
No, well,
Day 2, first full day of scouting. Got to get the phone call in with the boss first, the old ladies. So, took a breakfast. We're gonna go scout, move some cameras. A lot of deer action last night. Saw some cool stuff. Got a great night of sleep. I'm excited to get in there and see what the sign looks like today. See what we can get into. Stay. If it was Michigan, she'd already be gone. She'd be gone, but she's not. Oh, she's a good-looking fawn too, dude. Mama's probably in the woods somewhere ahead of her. It's still in the shade, dude. That's why. Come on, darling. Get off the road there. Day 2 there, we had some cameras out, so we went and moved them. We also found this spot where we could hunt the beans. It was pretty neat, so got in there, moved some cameras, got to scout. Also found some weird things in the woods. Check it out. Right in the middle of the woods, boat. River probably come through here at one point, I imagine. It's an Illinois boat. It's an Illinois boat. Is that an Illinois? Oh no, it is Kentucky.
It's from Illinois, ain't it?
no, it's KY. Right here. KY.
Oh, yeah.
After finding that boat in the woods, we headed back south to that lookout area. Did some scouting on some spots that we wanted to check out, and well, really found the difficult way into some good fields. We've been scouting the north side all day. Now we're down in the south. This is kind of something that had been pulling me in. We just found a cemetery. Now we come up to this pond.
There's fish in this pond too.
Yeah, do you think there is?
Oh yeah.
I was wondering because the water looked a little stagnant over there, but now it looks like it might be like spring or something. I want to walk around the back of this thing, dude. As we pushed deeper into the spot, we happened upon some clover fields. There were some bucks standing out there, so we quickly just hung a camera adjacent to these fields and got back out of there so we could hit it tomorrow. Day 3, forgot to check out. Forgot to make a breakfast video because I was too tired and hungry. So, back in the woods, scouting out another spot. Go check the camera location that we dropped off last night. Hopefully find another spot to hunt. See what happens. It's beautiful in here. We scouted down some ridges here and found another area that we wanted to hang a camera. Found a big buck track, and we decided that this was the area we needed to hang some cameras in. So got down to it, started hanging some cameras and trying to get patterns on deer. That's a big deer track, that's fresh. Goes in between those two trees. With those cameras hung, we were getting about exhausted walking around in the woods, so we decided to go and do some river scouting this afternoon, leave these spots that we were hitting with our feet to be hunted for opening day.
Well, I topped it off with brush. She might be a little bit smokier than per normal because probably put a little bit more oil than what was needed in it.
Well, I reckon this thing's a bitch to get off the trailer too.
We'll just stay there.
If you can not hook me up, basically deep right here.
Things we do for deer hunt.
Yeah, no doubt. Right in here's where we stop. We got one of those, wasn't it?
With the river scouted, we headed back to the dock. We had some last minute things we needed to do, and we wanted to run to the store. So upon getting to the store, though, we realized that Caleb's truck was leaking fuel. We were going to have to replace a fuel pump at some point in this trip. Night before opening, getting everything last little minute set. Caleb's got to make sure that his sight is set. We had to do some adjustments. Didn't quite have the right tools. So we're going to do some nighttime shooting here. It's about 10 p.m.
That was right over top of the target.
No, something hit because something flung
It
back.
was right over top of the target.
What flung back at us?
Nothing flung back at us. Oh well.
So,
That means that's 20. I should have been playing it safe. I think that was about center.
That was right in the center. Caleb worried about chiggers all the time, but he's out here barefoot.
Oh, that's money, honey. I will take that for 20, dude.
I would highly recommend shooting your bow
I'm good
before
for
you go out
20, I
to
just don't know
hunt.
what
Make
we're
sure
doing
everything's
yet.
zeroed just like we did there. Next morning was opening day, and I was excited. As opening morning progressed on, we ended up having 2 does bust us. Whether it was our scent or our sound, I'm not quite sure. We were team hunting this area, so we had a lot of scent in there, and we had to adjust from some trees, but that's what happens on your first hunt up in the area, up in a tree sometimes when season kicks off. So kicked into a different area for the afternoon, and what you're going to see here is I kind of changed my plan as I was going in. Let's see what happens. It's opening day here in Kentucky. I was going to walk across this field, but I walked by this woods. Something told me to sit here. So I sat my bow down, walked into the woods, checked Onyx, and a little hummingbird came, landed on my bow. It floated, they don't really land. I think that's a sign, so. I don't really have a good wind here. It's kind of blowing out into these woods, but I think all the deer are gonna come from back here, so. Let's try it. Hunting this close to the river, you get a lot of river traffic. I thought I saw a deer here, but it turned out it was just a kayaker cruising down the river. While I was just seeing kayakers, Caleb was having some excitement. Got to get an interview with him when we got back to the truck. Let's see what happens with his hunt.
What's the deal, dude?
Dude, I cannot get comfortable in that saddle to save my life.
We almost fell out of the tree. So.
Well, for starters, yes. No, so I sat facing this way.
Yeah.
Right? My back was up
Yeah.
the drainage.
Yep.
Probably half an hour, 40 minutes to dark. I was kind of readjusting myself. I heard something take off. I look back. I see a tail take off. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He stops at like 20 yards after he took off. And then he turned, freaking rack.
Really?
Dude, the thing walked clear down the drainage. Never walked on the sides. He was walking straight down the drainage,
Yeah.
all the way up.
That's what I learned.
I
today,
never heard
dude.
him once.
Yeah. So you seen a buck at least, dude?
Yes. So,
Dude, we're not gonna be able to hear these deer. They're not with these cicadas.
dude, the cicadas were horrible.
Dude,
down
the cicadas were in my ear all night, and
Yeah.
I'm about got no blood left in me because of these fucking mosquitoes, dude.
There. Yeah, as soon as that wind stopped, they got horrible.
Bro, I am eating
yeah,
up.
the water.
I got one, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, I just finished out my water, but
Man,
I'm pissed. I should have.
I had a feeling one of us gonna run into something tonight,
I
dude.
should have put my back to the soybeans. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I was so focused on looking back this way.
Oh, yeah, I got there my luminaire off.
Dang,
I
dude.
was not expecting anything to come up behind me.
Well,
I think tomorrow morning we got to push up that drainage.
okay.
I think that's what we need to do is push up that drainage a little ways, or stagger everybody going in.
It's gonna blow our sun. What was the wind in there?
I never really checked it.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, obviously he never winded me once.
So he come up the drainage,
He came down the drainage.
but you said he come from behind you.
Yes. So he was walking this way.
He came up.
So he come up the drainage then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up, down, same
Dude, I bet
difference.
my back is one big, gigantic fucking Skeeter bite.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah, I got my shirt off. That's because I was sweating my butt off all day in that stand. So I'm back at the cabin. Got me a cold one. It's a frustrating hunt. I don't know if you can see my back, but you see that lump right there? Yeah, that's not normally there because the mosquitoes were eating me alive. One of the harder hunts that I've been on, not because of anything specific. It was like a lot of like tiny things. Got eaten up by ticks on the first day, so like my ankles are feeling weird. It was hot out. The mosquitoes were relentless. I've never had mosquitoes like this. Maybe at East Fork 1 or 2 times in the bottom, but I've got a new mosquito system this year. It's no good. I'm gonna post it in the comments below what the system is. Do not get this if you're going hunting. Maybe it works for campers or something. It does not work in the backwoods of Kentucky, I'll tell you that. So tomorrow's day 2. We'll see what happens. Caleb got eyes on a buck tonight, so that's kind of cool. So hopefully we can capitalize on that deer, man. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna finish this beer and go to bed as soon as I finish up our laundry, because we've been sweating through all our clothes. And go from there. Let's see what tomorrow holds. Stay tuned. Hunt day 2, we pushed further into that bottom, the drainage where Caleb had seen that buck. set up that morning, hoping to maybe catch some more deer heading up that drainage. It's 11 a.m. I heard Caleb say, "You got to be kidding me." So I got down from my stand and come over here.
I'm getting my last stick off the tree, wrapping the cord up, and I hear just a straight running through here.
No.
Dude, I kid you not. I cannot make this stuff up. I look, because I'm like this, and I glance, I see a doe running off. He probably got to about here and then took off that way.
No way.
He literally would have ran me over, and then the other one stayed up high, and then they all went back that way.
Damn, dude.
I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me.
They must have got pushed.
Seen them nothing.
They must have got pushed.
That's the only thing I think of, because they ran the entire time. Because they should have spooked with me coming down.
I do want to know that, because I thought you were going to be like, I got a trail cam pick of a buck over here, and we could have sat there.
No.
All right, well, that's a better story than I thought it was going to be, so.
We're getting close.
We're getting close,
I mean,
dude.
if you think about it, we seen that buck last night, and then we just had these two
We're close.
come through.
There's so many tracks
I
in
think
this
we need
bottom.
to push.
I'm in. Let's go set
I
up all our
think
stuff.
that's what we really need to be doing.
Let's go set up all our stuff and go look.
Okay.
Let's do it, dude. After that morning excitement, we pushed a little deeper into this bottom and got set up for the evening. Got all our gear in there, so we'd be ready to go. Back up here again, back in the saddle. Sweating my butt off. I'm in a good spot tonight. I got a good feeling about this one, so fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. There's a cornfield up there, that on top of that hill. See what happens. I think it's like 6:30. The frustration was starting to build. That night I didn't see any deer. Caleb ended up seeing deer again, so I decided to pull back and hunt the pinch point for the next morning. I can't find the deer. This is my 5th hunt in Kentucky, and I cannot find the deer. I don't know if, I'm wearing camo. It's not really too crazy. I don't move that much, but I can't find them. Pull my mask up, get it real good. Don't work. I ate an apple. Doesn't fucking matter. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go in a completely different area tonight and see if I can make it happen. Day 3, hunt 5, no deer. With frustration mounting, I decided to push to a completely different area, so we'll go there later tonight. But Caleb this whole time had talked about wanting to get a grapevine so he could bring it back to Michigan and do some rubs with it. So he found a grapevine on the ground, and he was carrying it up this drainage when he came to get me that day. Old boy got himself a grapevine. think you only need like a third of that, bro. I think you only need like a third of that.
Yeah, but I got multiple spots.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So remember that fuel pump that I told you about? We were going to have to get that fixed. So here we are pulling it out of Caleb's truck. The one photo of this does not do it justice because we had to work on that truck for many, many hours. But we got it done, got his truck back on the road, and went and hit a different spot this night. Day 3, evening hunt, hunt 6.
Throwing darts.
Throwing darts.
What we're doing. Got nothing else to do.
Just come down a big, here's some tire poo. Just come down a big hill. We're gonna drop into a bottom, pray there's no one in there, and kill us a deer. That's the plan. Now it's hard to see in this next video, but we had a buck pop out in the far end of this field. Ended up having 3 bucks come under us that night. It got too dark for me to get a shot, but it was great to see deer on stand finally. All right, last morning in Kentucky. Caleb wants to sleep in. He's got to work on his truck. So I am going back to the spot that we were at last night where we saw those bucks. I'm hoping that maybe they'll come through again in the morning, feed again, I don't know. Or maybe I can catch them going back to their beds. So that's the plan this morning. I don't have a signal down there, but Caleb knows exactly where I am, so that's great news. We're gonna get in there and see if we can get after it. We got about a mile hike in. There was a fellow hunting in there last night from PA. Marlon, shout out, brother. Very nice dude. We've ran into great people down here hunting this public land. Nobody's been a dick. The only people who've been dicks have been people on the roads. But that's been about it. So we're gonna get in there, see if we can make it happen. I saw a lot of critters on this hunt, but nothing that we were after. So I packed everything up, took our gear down, and headed back. We were going to do one final hunt. We think we had a buck patterned. Let's see if we can get on him. Once again, sweating my ass off. Last hunt. Storm's coming in. Kendall's coming to hunt with us. It's all working out. All we got to do is get in there, get a little wet from the rain, and then shoot a deer.
I'm sitting in this little tree right here.
Tell you what, buddy, it's a little peach tree, man.
Dude, I'm tell you what, it's gonna be hard on folks.
Dude, yes it is. Well, I'll tell you what, it ain't gonna be that bad with this cloud cover, buddy.
Yeah, it might not. Hell, everything might
That's what I'm. Just got done with my last sit in Kentucky. Really went in and tried to hit the back of a creek area, some oak, kind of like some oak flats, and then the creek fell down in a way, and my scent was blowing out to the creek, and the creek had flowing water, taking my scent away, and it was a good setup. I think if I could hunt there a couple more days, I may have a chance to get something, but you know, you just run out of time on trips like this. So I don't know, it is what it is. Great learning experience. Definitely thankful to all the folks that helped us out down here. K-Man, appreciate it. Caleb for bringing me down here and showing me the ropes. I'll be back for sure. We were close last night. I had a deer at 15 yards. I just couldn't see my pin, and I'm just not comfortable taking a shot like that. I don't feel good wounding deer. Can't do it. Just no. So, but we'll be back. Next is going to be Ohio. So I am very excited for Ohio. I've got a lot of private land spots down there. I'll probably try to hit some public. We're going to go do some dove hunting this weekend. So a lot of content coming with the hunting season kicking off. We're going to do a lot more shorts. We're going to keep the shorts coming. Hopefully every day if we can get something that's interesting at least. And we'll just go from there. So Kentucky. Going to be on my mind now. We'll see ya. Great trip. We'll be back.